Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Enna Alfred is my name. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and enjoy technical drawing lessons. The link is below there and my contacts are there as well. Our next series is also talking about the development of surfaces. Now making the continuation of cones. Example 2 of the cone. We are looking at this when it is truncated or when it's cut. The example is below there. You can see this time it has come with the dimensions. We have the circle or the plan of the cone having radius 30 millimeters. We have the height from the base to the apex as 70, but we also have the 20 millimeters to the point where it is being cut, and the angle of cutting surface is 45 degrees. So the first thing you do is to copy the figure or the diagram to its perfect shape. Now after that we can now start the development. So the first thing we do is to divide the circle into 12 equal parts, as you can see it there, and of course you can label so that you follow it well in plotting. So you have this time I've changed the seam. I'm starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we're going to cut from point 0. But I don't mean you cannot cut from 6. Even at 6 you can cut the figure and make the development. So having put the points, we can now project them to the base of the cone as we did before in the earlier presentation. Then we join our lines to the apex of the cone, and when you join them to the apex, you discover that they are being cut by the sectioning line. That means that's where the lines must stop to give the shape represented in the drawing. Now what you're going to do, we are going to label those points on the cut surface as you can see them on the plan here. Like this is 0. When you follow it, it gives you 0. Then 11 and 1 gives you 11 and 1. You have 2 and 10, 2 and 10 here. Then we have 3, 9, which is around here. Then we have 4, 8. We have 5, 7, and then 6. Having done that, we can now project our curve using A as a center or the apex as a center and stretching the compass to the edge of the cone. And when you do that, you're taking the slanting edge as the radius for its development. Then we create the division. So we're going to take the small arc radius of the circle. We start making our divisions until we make 12 of them. And of course better when you show the divisions by labeling. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you reach the 12th position. I'm trying to show you that whenever you're making those arcs, the small arc radius on the circle represents the arc you use when you're making those arcs on the curved surface. After that, we can now join our lines from the apex to the points you have created on the curve. As you can see there, we have this line, we have that one, have that until we reach the end point. Now that does not represent the development as represented in the earlier example. Here what we are saying is that the figure is cut, doesn't represent the complete cone. So what you're going to do, we are going to create the cut surface on this development here. How do we do it? we project these points on the cut surface horizontally or parallel to the base, to the surface where you have taken your development from. So I project horizontal line from 6 horizontally to get the point on the slanting surface this side, like that. Now how do I put that point 6 on the development? I get my compass, I position it at point A, I stretch to that point I've obtained, then I draw an arc. When I'm projecting that arc, I project it to reach to the line joining A to 6. That is line A6, and that is the point for 6. So we are going to repeat the same with point 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 0. And when we do that, we shall have our lines projected like that, and we have them on this surface. Then we can now project those lines, all of them, and as you are seeing the arcs here representing the projection. Now, how do we plot? We are going to plot those points just like we plotted point 6. For example, when you look at 5 and 7, it moves, gets line for 5 here and line for 7 there. Then for 8, we have 4, and then 8, we have 3, 9, 3, and 9 until you finish. And you're seeing those points making a simple curve. Now, when you join those points using the free hand and making your development complete is when you see a shape of that kind. Now this time I'm not going to include the base or the circle on the base. I can just leave it at that. But how can we do this alternatively? Alternatively, we can develop this figure in any other space, assuming we had not enough space here. And how do we do it? We are going to get our point A to represent the apex of the cone. Then we open our compass to the slanting edge of that cone. We draw the arc. We just make an arc as you can see it here. And we get our starting point 0. Now having obtained the point 0, you get the small arc radius on the circle. You come and make these arcs on the curved surface. You make 12 of them, and when you do that, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until 12. Now still I'm emphasizing the small arc radius to make these divisions is picked from the circle here. So that is very important aspect. What do we do next? We join our lines to form the cone, as you can see it there. This is the development for the cone, assuming it wasn't cut. But since it's cut, we are going to include also the curved part of the cut surface. And how do we do it? We now get to the cone. We get those heights along the curve, the slanting edge of the cone. Like as you can see, 6 is here. So I take my compass from A to point 6. I bring it here. I mark off point 6. And I'm doing that by labeling that part as distance S. As you can see, S, S. So repeat the same with those other points on the slanting surface. And when you do that, you can see that the projection of the point 6, you have it here, and that represents the 6 we obtained earlier on the development their side. Then bring all other points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to this part of the slanting line, and then you label them accordingly. So having labeled them, as you can see them here, you project the lines. and you also take the plotting as you plotted earlier on the first development here, and that's what it will give. So you join using a freehand and you outline it to give you the development, and that is how you make the development of the cone when it's cut. Now it's not that in the exam you need to put these two developments, you put one of the two, but let us complete the whole drawing by outlining also our plan circle like that, and that is all when you're dealing with development of cones. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Anna Alfred is my name. The link is below there and the contacts are there as well. Thank you.